So over the past 2 years, Boogie2988 has been getting himself in some very extreme scenarios. Whether it be comparing his trolls to rapists and Nazis, or having another YouTuber show up at his house only to pull a gun out at them. Whether you think Boogie is justified in these actions or not, there's no denying that he's been acting rather extreme over the past few years. And we've never really had a great explanation for that, until now, as Boogie actually revealed a big motivator behind his actions on a relatively small podcast called Boulder Talk Radio. This stream in particular was talking about the situation between Boogie and Frank Castle, which I do have an older video talking about, but essentially the situation is that Frank Castle confronted Boogie at his house and then Boogie pulled out a gun, but before that happened there was a Drama Alert interview between them and a bunch of back and forth that led the host of Boulder Talk Radio, Mundane Matt, to think that it could potentially be a staged act.
Everything in my gut is telling me that it was fake. Everything I know about video production and the internet and everything else is telling me that it is fake, but I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. And I hope I am wrong, to be honest with you. I hope it's not kayfabe. I hope it's not fake. I do hope that it's real, because I don't want to believe that Boogie would be so desperate in this particular situation where he finds himself right now to run through this particular gamut. And I've known Boogie for 6 years, and I really like Boogie, which is why I don't want this to be fake, because I do know him and I do like him quite a bit. But when I think about the little lines of dialogue, the turns of phrase, the way things are put together, the way things are formatted, the way the story is being told, what is present versus what isn't present, all of these other things that go into it. And I just can't help but think to myself that something about this is fundamentally off.
Boogie got extremely upset about Matt saying this stuff, so he decided to confront him about it by calling into the show. Here is what he said.
All right, Boogie, is that you?
Yeah. Can you hear
what's
me?
up, man? Yeah. Listen, I don't know if you're paying attention or not. I'm talking through this thing.
I'm going to be very short because I've had a very long day.
Yeah, I'm just talking it through, man.
No, you need to stop propagating that this is fake.
Okay.
You need to stop considering that idea. I do not think very little of you, but you must think very fucking little of me to think that I would fake something like this.
I'm not. It's not that I think little of you.
You shouldn't even be talking about that, Matt. You shouldn't even be talking about that. There's a 0% chance that I'm such a worthless piece of shit that I would fake something like this. There's a 0% chance that anyone I fucking know. I don't even think Onision would fake something like this.
Well,
okay? You must think so fucking little of me. You must think so fucking little of me. I don't think
Boogie, I don't think little of you. I don't, not at all. That's
why
I like
accuse me. Do not.
I'm not accusing. But when I approach these subjects, when I approach them from multiple angles, I ask myself every available question that I possibly can.
And you invite me to this live stream. I click on the link to listen to it, and I have to listen to you accuse me of being such a low piece of shit that you think I would fake something like that. You shouldn't ask questions like this. Hey, do you fuck your own mother? That's a question I could ask.
No.
Do you molest children, Matt? That's a question I could ask.
No.
But I would never think so little of you.
I would never think so little of you.
So do not think so little of me to think that I would fake something like that. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You are disgusting. I can't believe that I have backed you so many times. I can't believe I have supported you so many times, and that you sit here and accuse me of faking something.
I'm not.
This.
I was actually, what I was getting to was like, I was wondering if there was going to be a setup.
Were you not aware that I've been listening for the last 5 minutes?
Sure, and I'm sure you have been. But I also was asking a question earlier that the train of thought was like, okay, what I'm wondering here is, were you set up? Was there a play? Because the other players involved are involved in deep levels of trolling and manufacturing drama for a multitude of reasons. So when I look at the people that are involved, especially Keemstar being involved, and I know exactly what he's done to other people, and I'm wondering, were you played, or I'm wondering if you were involved, and you are denying that. So cool. I appreciate that. But when I'm talking about the being played aspect of it, there is something about this that, to me, as an objective based individual who views everything as much as I possibly can, that something about this feels off.
Well, here's
I don't know what it is.
Truth. Here's the objective fucking truth. Okay?
Okay.
3 months ago, this sociopath decided I was his new target so that he could gain clout by trying to destroy me and destroy my life. Okay? He apparently was posting on that shitty little subreddit and was reading that every day and believes that I must be a child molester, believes that I must be a liar, believes that I'm some sort of womanizer, believes that I abused my ex-wife. Okay? And decided to make
I don't believe any of those things.
Well, but he does. Clearly he does. That's what he said
Okay.
on Keemstar's podcast last night. For weeks now, he's posted on his Twitter every day, there will be a reckoning. You will pay. I'm coming to you. And then Saturday night, he showed up in my hometown and took a photo on Dixon Street, 3.4 miles from my home, and tagged me in it and said, I'm here in your town, you fucking pussy. And I made it abundantly clear that if he came here, I would use self-defense as I'm entitled to do. And when he came here today, I used self-defense. Now, I get that you might think there are masterminds behind this, that there is some sort of magic fucking voodoo bullshit. Just because you're so low that you might fake shit like this, just because you're so low that you might lie about shit like this,
I would
does
never
not
lie
mean the
about
rest
this.
of us are. Does not mean the rest of us are.
Fine.
Do not project that shit onto me.
I'm not projecting it onto you. I'm asking a question. And the more I look at it,
I get that you're low enough to fake something like this. I get that. I'm not.
Boogie, I'm not. For one, I have a job. I wouldn't fake anything like this for anything. I'm asking a question based upon something that is now a nationally trending news story. And I'm asking questions about it. So thank you for your time. I do really appreciate that. It's not that my attempt here is not to slander you or propagate bullshit. I'm literally just talking this thing through my own mind because that's the way that I think.
If I was in here beating children and fucking hookers and stuff, then sure, I'd be glad to pay for this shit. But it's hard enough having to pay for something I haven't done. The last fucking thing I want to pay for is pieces of shit like you telling people that I'm faking this, that I'm a willing participant in something so
I didn't say
dire,
that you faked
that I am
anything.
a willing
I asked the
participant
question.
in something so fucking dire. Please don't ask questions like that. Have some fucking integrity.
No, because the thing is, Hey Matt, here's some questions
that are absolutely not based in reality. Why do you rape babies? Well, I'm just exploring it, Matt. I'm just exploring you raping children. Why? This is pretty fucking uncomfortable, isn't it?
No, because I'm waiting for you to finish because I see what you're trying to do. I'm waiting for you to finish.
So when you accuse me of something so fucking vile, Matt, it feels pretty shitty.
But okay, and that's perfectly fine. And I'm glad, and I understand why you feel that way. And I'm glad you feel that way, to be honest with you. But then look at this again from an outside perspective. When you look at it from the way that the media is, in this particular regard, the one angle of which it was basically put out there, which is through Keem's video. That's the one place where people are going to be going and getting all the info. And the way that whole video segment that he put together is edited with music, with dramatic effect, the way that it's cut together, it's presented in a way that is highly produced. And usually and this is based upon my training, my schooling, and my life and livelihood when I lived in Los Angeles, was everything that's produced like that, there's something about it that is not real. So then my question becomes, what part of this?
And now let me show you my perspective, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm not from Hollywood. I don't do any of that shit. I don't know about any of the shit you're talking about. I thought you and I were friends. I've backed you every step of the fucking way. And I've literally never said a bad goddamn thing about you a single fucking time because I thought we were friends. And I guess we're not if you think so fucking little of me to think that I would be a willing participant in something so vile.
I was asking questions. Okay, fine.
Vile.
I apologize for that because that wasn't my intent.
There's no apology for that, Matt. That's it.
That's fine.
There's no apology for that.
That's fine.
No apology for that. That's it. That's it. I think as little of you as I do any other person now.
That's fine. I'm totally okay with that because I'm not going to sit there and feel bad for asking questions about something that I don't have the full information on.
How about you ask me? We're friends. You asked me where I shot the gun. Why didn't you ask me if it was fake? I would have told you the truth. Why do you think I have zero fucking integrity? Why do you think I have zero? I
don't think you have zero integrity.
Then why the fuck didn't you ask me? Why are you sitting here on YouTube live in front of 100 people telling them that I'm a willing to participant in something so fucking violent?
I was asking questions because things about this don't seem right to me.
Well, let me ask some more questions. Does your wife peg you?
No.
Do you fuck your children?
No.
Well, I'm just asking the questions whether or not you go to town on your fucking children every night. I'm sowing reasonable fucking doubt.
Oh, see, I get what you're trying to do.
Based on my training, you fuck your children. Based on my experiences, you fuck your children. That's horrible, Matt. That's horrible, Matt. That's horrible.
I get it. I get it, Boogie. I get it. All right. I understand it. I'm not out here trying to say you did anything. So when I look at these situations as a whole, I always ask myself, what is the best for business? That's how I always look at things. That's how
Is being on your live stream best for my business, do you think? Or do you think me asking you if do you think what I'm doing right now is best for my business? Do you think I give a fuck about my business? I give a fuck about my life, Matt.
I understand
I give a fuck about my life, and I wanted to stop you from fucking continuing to destroy it.
I'm not going to continue.
I don't give a fuck about my business. Listen to me, Matt. I don't give a fuck about my business. You think I want to be on YouTube anymore? You think I want to be a content creator anymore after someone came to my fucking house and put me and my dog and my friend and my neighbors and a random fucking air conditioning guy's life in fucking jeopardy? You think I want to do this fucking job another fucking day? No, I fucking don't. I have money saved.
No, I know.
Hold
what
on,
am I hearing?
Phone call.
So, okay, so hands down, 100%, this whole thing was real.
Yes, motherfucker.
Okay. Now, okay. Good to know.
And how fucking dare you, Matt? Matt, I'm going to make it very clear. I do think you are scum of the earth now.
That's fine. You can think that of me. That's perfectly fine.
I do not want you watching my videos anymore.
Okay.
I don't want you to have anything to do with me,
That's
Matt,
fine. Block me on Twitter.
Because you're here accusing me.
No, I'm not
You're
accusing.
You're accusing me
I
of
didn't
willingly
accuse of
participating in something so vile. And I get it. I made my mistakes. You know, I got swatted 4 times last year, and instead of saying that it happened in October and July and in June, I said it happened in December. I know. I fucked up.
I didn't know about that at all, actually.
I know. I fucked up.
I'm sorry that happened to you
I've given people a reason to not trust me. I understand that. Okay? But I cannot imagine someone so vile as to willingly participate in something like this. Not McJuggernuggets, not Kid behind the camera, not Keemstar, not a single fucking person, but especially me. Especially me. I get that you can cast your dispersions on Keem. He's not a great person. I've told him that to his face. Okay? I get that you could cast your dispersions on McJuggernuggets because he's faked a lot of stuff.
If you go back and listen, it's like I said, I don't want to believe any of this. I'm simply just asking these questions because there's so much here that's gone on. There's so much that's happened. And looking at the people involved.
Is disingenuous. That is disingenuous.
It's not disingenuous, though, to ask questions.
Can we recap what you just said?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, I'm going to recap it for you because I heard it. I ask questions, and I'm not going to apologize for asking questions, but I don't ask questions to the right people because I don't want to know the answers. I just want to fucking ask questions.
No,
I don't want the answers. I'm not going to ask the source. I just like to sit here and jerk off.
No, I like to sit there and jerk off. But
please don't do it that way when it's my life. Please don't do it that way when it's my fucking life.
Boogie, I apologize for not asking you. Okay, I do. I do apologize for not asking you directly. I should have. I did inquire with other people connected into this sphere about what they think, and most people think that it's real. But there's something that was bugging me in the back of my mind, and I come through these issues by talking them out. But I still should have gone to you and asked you first about that, about those specific aspects of it. Because on your end, on your end, you are saying empirically that everything happened the way that we saw it. Great. Now we know, and now I have an answer to that question, and I appreciate it.
And you could have known that before you went live. You could have known that hours ago. All you had to do is fucking ask.
Sure. That's very well.
And instead, you sat here and sowed the seed of doubts into another 12 minds, another 24 minds. The Boogie can't be trusted, that this is all fake, that this is all lies.
I never said
the lowest, scummiest piece of shit on earth. This isn't real.
Those are your words. Those are your words. Those are your words. Those are not my words.
No, those are their thoughts when you sat here and
those are not their thoughts.
I don't believe this. I mean, I hate that. I feel like I'm talking down to you, and I apologize.
No. Boogie,
but I'm going to ask you if you've ever heard of a thing called confirmation bias.
I have heard of a thing called confirmation bias, yes.
Mm-hmm. So let's imagine someone believes you're a liar. Okay. Then they're less likely to believe the things that you say.
Sure.
But if they already think that I'm a liar and you say that I'm a liar, like you did, that's when they're going to listen to you, man. Do you understand that? It's called confirmation bias.
So you're mad at, so you're not mad at me necessarily for asking the questions that I've asked or how I phrase them. You're mad at me because people out there could potentially take what I asked and then push and then
No,
use
Matt,
that
if you really want me
inappropriately.
to summarize why I'm mad at you, it's because you and I have talked several times, Dan, and at any fucking point you could ask me these questions, got a direct fucking answer, but instead you wanted to sit here and jerk off. You wanted to circle jerk because you didn't trust me, because you didn't believe me, because you thought I would willingly participate in something so vile.
No,
and so
I don't.
instead of asking me, why wouldn't you have asked me? The only reason to not ask me is because you thought I would lie to you. That's the only reason. That's the only reason you wouldn't have asked me, because you thought I would have lied to you. That's the only reason you wouldn't have asked me. And it's as plain as the nose on your fucking face. Freudian 101 says we think of others in terms of ourselves. Okay? We assume that other people will do things related to what we would do, what our experiences are. Our perception of other people is tainted by our perception and our experiences. And because your perception and your experiences have led you to a point where you would have lied in this situation, you accused me of that.
Well, okay,
because the only way that you would have ever thought I was so low is if you're so fucking low. No, that's fact. That's fucking Freudian psychology 101.
Well, for one, I disagree with your assertion, and I'll explain to you maybe why. Okay, I thought the way that I thought, because Boogie, YouTube's a tough business. It is. It's tough for me. It's tough for you. It's tough for everybody. Okay, and the difference is that when I complain about it, I bitch about it privately to people. I try to keep it off the main shit that I talk about because it's not something anyone wants to hear.
I don't give a fuck and that's what should have clued you the fuck in, don't you think, Matt? That out of all things should have been what clued you the fuck in. Yeah, you give a shit about your YouTube career. You give a shit about your money.
And
do you know what I
right?
give a shit? Well, you know what I give a shit about?
Dude, I don't make any money on here.
No, listen to me, Matt. Well, please let me
I don't make any money on here anymore.
Do you know what I give a shit about, Matt? Do you know what I give a shit about, Matt? Do you know what I give a shit about, Matt?
Your dog?
I give a shit about my fans. I give a shit about the other creators on this platform.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what I give a shit about.
Too.
I've got my money. I've got money in the bank. I got more money than I could spend in the next 10 fucking years at my current lifestyle. I'm fucking set. I don't care if I get another sponsor.
So then,
if I do, I'll cash the checks.
Fine. So cool. So why do you always bring it up then? Why do you always bring it up? Why is it always a thing with you? Why is it always, oh, my channel sucks, my channel's dying, you don't want this content, you guys don't like me anymore? It's always there, Boogie. It is always there.
Because you're such a pussy.
If you don't care, then Matt, why do you always bring it up?
Because, Matt, you're such a pussy that you have to talk about it in private. I talk about it in public.
No,
it helps other people, Matt. It helps other people. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The reason I talk about my channel dying is because I want people to know how I'm handling my channel dying. When I talk about not being able to make money off the platform anymore, I want them to know how I'm handling not making any money on the platform. The same way I talked about my mental health when I got a divorce. The same way I talked about my mental health when I got a surgery. The same way I talked about my mental health when I was suicidal. The same way I talked about my mental health 14 years ago and I was stuck in my house because I was 600 pounds, Matt. That's what I do.
I don't want to think negatively of you, and I didn't think negatively of you. I had questions that were leading down paths that I was hoping to get to some kind of Occam's razor conclusion to and go, this is the false path. Because when I look at the situation, and again, this is what I've been trying to say the whole time, is it's possible, and again, based upon what Keem said, and he's alluding that it's not, but is it possible that you were played? Is it possible that you were, because if you know anything about $1 Million Extreme and how they operate, you can see what they do and how they do it. And that was my whole point.
And so if you had a conversation with me earlier today, you would realize that I was the one that reached out to Keemstar because he's the only one I know who has mutuals in common with, that's not fucking Ethan Ralph, who I don't want to talk to right now. I haven't wanted to talk to since I've been on a show.
But you still gave him the footage to play.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I mean, if you don't want to give him an exclusive, then...
Hey, it's not an exclusive. I gave the same footage to Keemstar. It was on story.
I know. He was
4 hours
he
early.
was bragging that it was an exclusive. He was trying to play it up and shit.
No, it's not. I gave it to him because I'm pushing. I gave it to DeFranco. I gave it to Keemstar. I gave it to everyone who wants it because we need to make an example of this.
So you want to make an example of him? Like no, wholeheartedly, or just just like his...
You want me to say some shit that's going to ruin my career right now? Because I will.
No,
hold on. I'm going to level with you. I'm going to level with you 110%. I'm going to level with you 110%.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Do it privately if you have to. Do it privately if you have to.
I want the world to hear this, motherfucker. Okay, but this is going to end me. But this is bigger than
Would
me.
you stop saying that?
No,
Then
but
don't.
this is going to end me. But this is bigger than me. Okay, but this is me giving up.
Okay.
So
Don't.
you want an exclusive?
I
Here's
don't
your
care about
exclusive.
that shit, dude.
No,
Fuck.
here you go. You want an exclusive? Here's your exclusive. Okay, you're jealous that, oh, I gave an exclusive to Ethan. Well, here's the reality of what just really happened. Okay,
Okay.
You there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
A year ago, I was ready to kill myself to try to change this platform because of this type of harassment that showed up at my front door today. Because Reddit didn't give a fuck. Because Keemstar didn't give a fuck. Because no one gave a fuck about Etika. No, I mean, people talked about it, but nothing changed. YouTube didn't change. Keemstar didn't change. 4chan didn't change. Reddit didn't change. Nothing changed. Commentary community just ate it up and profited off of Etika's fucking death. And I was ready to fucking go. I was ready to put a bullet in my head. Actually, I was going to take pills. But I was ready to fucking end my life in the hopes that it would make a fucking difference. Because as bad as it was that Etika died, he wasn't as big of a creator. I had more subscribers, I had more views, and I've been on the platform longer. And so I thought I could signal boost Etika. And these are the thoughts I had. And I went to VidCon and I talked to everyone about it. Everyone that would listen. I talked to Ian. I talked to SoCal Jesus Christ, Big Juggernuggets, kid behind the camera. Is there a way for me to signal boost this? Is there a way for me to achieve this but not have to die? Can you help me figure out how to do this and not have to die? And nobody had an answer. Nobody had an answer for me, Matt. They all said, you just have to accept that this is how it is. You just have to ignore it. And the more I talked about it without dying, the more people believed I was lying. And that's why I find it so fucking hurtful that you thought I was lying today. Because I thought with this happening, with the cops involved, with the fucking footage, there's no way people would think I was lying. And it's so fucking hurtful, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I made the decision to live. And almost every day since I made that decision, I've woke up with fucking regret. I've watched more fans turn against me. I've watched more people begin to believe I was a pedophile. More people I believe I abused my ex-wife. More people began to believe I was a womanizer. More people to begin to believe that I was some sort of secret monster that lied about his health issues, that lied about his mental health issues, that lied about his molestation, that lied about his child abuse day in and day out. And then today, this sociopath, this sick motherfucker showed up at my front door. And I literally had the thought, this is why I'm still alive. To fucking put this message out there about mental health issues, to put this message out there about bullying, to put this message out there about how the world is changing, to protect creators like you, to protect creators like me, to see if we could change the fucking world. And as hard as today was, as scary as today was, I thought to myself, this is my fucking purpose. This is why I'm still fucking here. This is what I can do with the rest of my life. This is how I make a fucking difference. This is how I don't have to feel guilty about the money I made. This is how I don't have to feel guilty about the choice to stay alive. This is how I don't have to feel guilty for all the fans who've been hurt by my choice to stay alive.
So yeah, Boogie actually said that. Honestly, I'm a bit shell-shocked with what he said. I don't even know how to fully process it or dissect it in any way, which is the main reason why I want to share it with you guys to hear what you guys think about it. I'm going to attempt to discuss it further on my Twitch channel, which I will be live on right after this video releases. So if you want to click the link in the description and come over to twitch.tv/Boblax, we can kind of discuss the intricacies of what was said by Boogie here. I'd also like to thank Matt Jarbo of Boulder Talk Radio for allowing me to post this on my channel. I used a lot of his footage, so I appreciate him allowing me to post this on my channel and share this with you guys. Anyways, that's about it for the video. I'd like to thank my channel members for supporting the channel, in particular Sushi Joe, The Dank Memes Play, Turtle, Triplock, DPP, and A Zorich for $30 a month, and Boar for $50 a month. This helps me out immensely. I appreciate it a lot. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.